Alrighty, here we go. Okay, we are ready to go. We are live. Music's going. Cool. Oh, I need to get the case out here. There's always something. There's always something to forget. Right back, y'all. Just gotta get this case out of here. All right, there we go. Got the case out. We are ready to go. So today's build, we've got a nice little stream PC for one of our partners, Mr. Savage. So we've got a Ryzen 7 7700, got 3 terabytes of storage, 48 gigs of RAM, nice little CPU cooler here from Thermalright, RTX 5060, and a 750 watt power supply with the ASRock B850. What up, MJ? Harmihar, what's up? All right, y'all, let's get into it. It's time to build a PC today. Uh, 5060s only have 8 gigabytes, but that's more than plenty for a stream PC. More than enough for a stream PC. What's up, Danny? How we doing, dude? Install Windows 7. Oh, you're over there now, MJ? What's up, dude? Nah, dude, we're going Windows 11 Pro. This bad boy. .5060 Ti has a 16 gig option. That's really not necessary for a stream PC. There's not gonna be any gaming on this, it's just streaming. You just need enough cores and everything to encode. Realistically, you could do a stream PC with something even much smaller than a 5060. Try it on a UEFI motherboard. Please don't. Just finished the build to flip it. Nice. How you doing today, Gravis? All right, let's get some stickers off here. Cool, we're good. That's nice looking. That looks nice. All right. Ryzen 7 7700. Again, stream PC, we don't need the X, we don't need an X3D. Just need some cores, and we're good to go. Trying to build one once I can afford it. The 5060 is not good for high-end gaming. It can do like 1080p gaming, but not really anything more than that. If you want to do high-end gaming, you gotta spend high-end money, you know? There we go. Can I spell your name? Well, I can read it. All right, there's our 7700. Let's get some storage in here. You had to manually replace driver files? Why would I read your name? What everybody on TikTok? How we doing? What up, Maytu? Gonna build your first ever PC today. Yeah, those aren't bad. I personally would probably have gone with like a B850 motherboard instead of a B650, because it's like for the most part, like it's a pretty high-end build. But other than that, looks solid to me. Yeah, I mean, it's good enough for like a lot of stuff. People, you know, have it, you know, try to compare it in context with like all the other nice GPUs out there. They're like, yeah, sure, comparatively, it's not great. The price to performance is kind of meh, but it's still, you know, a very capable GPU. Like, and for only 300 bucks, it's not bad. Tomahawk Wi-Fi. For high-end gaming, I mean, 1440p, 180 hertz, something like that. IPS panel or OLED panel, depending on what sort of money you want to spend. Okay, let's get our 2 terabyte in here. I want to build myself a PC, but my mom does not trust me to do it. I mean, if it's your money, it's your money, you know. You're 18, you're an adult. Hopefully I took the right one off. Yep. There we go, 3 terabytes installed. Boom. MJ, thank you for the likes. Yeah, pretty much all my builds are custom, and anytime you see me building on here, I am building a customer PC. So yeah, I do lots of custom builds. I do have pre-configured builds on the website, but the vast majority of what I sell is custom. I don't know what you're talking about breaking, but I've never broken anything building, so I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, you should probably upgrade your CPU too if you have the budget for it. Like get like a 14600K or something in there, something that doesn't, you know, require you to totally tear up your build. But yeah, if you're going up to a 5070, I would say do a CPU upgrade too at the same time. Okay. MJ's going nuts over there with the likes. Appreciate you, sir. I've flipped like 1 or 2, but my focus has been on building new computers for people. Okay. Oh wait, I want to get the brackets on here for the CPU cooler. Auto clicker, nice. What up, Alicia? Richard, what's up? Andrew, what's up? Pretty decent money in building? No, it takes a lot of time to get up to the point where you're making good money on it. You got to be putting out a lot of builds if you wanna do this all the time. Like, this is not my full-time job. I work full-time, still doing this, and I sell a decent amount of PCs, but there's a lot of inherent costs with running a business. So driving, so can't really interact. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Like, profit margins are not high if you want to, you know, be anywhere near competitive. And until you get lots of volume, you're not able to get really good deals on parts to be able to, like, bring your prices down. So, yeah, it's not an easy way to make a living, that's for sure. Richard, are you still in there? In Kick? I can get rid of it. There's a spammer already. My main job, I'm an engineer. Thank you. Yeah, it's certainly not easy, but we're doing it, you know? Just gotta keep grinding, keep growing, get my YouTube channel and stuff really growing so that I can bring in money through that as well as the builds themselves. Nice tan. Oh yeah, I got that nice farmer's tan from golfing. I think it looks a little bit worse on this camera, but it's pretty rough, man. It's pretty rough. That's why I'm wearing a tank top today. Walked home and back to the office today to try and even it out just a little bit. If I had issues with MSI boards, not really. No, you cannot have a PC, Calvez. This is. How do I get started to build a PC if I want to start as a part-time job? I don't know, man. You gotta have. I already had like a community of people that I knew from the streaming world. And that's how I was able to sell my first, you know, handful of PCs and start getting my name out there. So if you don't have a network already built up, it's gonna be really tough. Okay, let's get this out here. This is the Okanos Aqua 7. It's pretty sweet, comes with 6 pre-installed fans. All RGB, of course. And under $100. You know, dude, you got so burnt. You got so burnt on our golf trip, man. You need to go to a doctor next year and make sure you didn't give yourself skin cancer or something. That was pretty bad. All right, got all that. Our box of accessories out here. Need some water. Surprised you don't name drop some of the streamer builds you've done. Oh, I've done a lot. I mean, Spartacus, Stone Mountain, Panda Skills. Done a lot of pretty big name streamers over the past few years. I'm not opposed to name dropping, just, you know, people ask for it. I'm doing good, Mr. Cyberpunk. How are you? Can I drop your name? I mean, I could. Don't know if it has quite as much weight as, you know, Stone Mountain, but, you know, you can throw it out there. Okay. All right, got my bolts out there. How many have I built for Stone? I've built Stone 3 PCs for his personal use, and then we built 4 for him to give away a couple years ago. How much is the parts on this build? That's a good question. I think it was in the like $1,300 range, something like that. It's like around $1,400 in parts for this build. Okay. So there's one sort of concern. The bottom fans kind of cover the ATX bolt holes there. Let's see if we can do it with this one. If not, I can grab my bendy one. I feel like that's cross-threaded. For an ATX case, bolts should not, or the fans should not be covering those bolt holes. That's kind of a mistake in my opinion. Did it? Nope. Sure didn't. Alright, we'll give it one more try. If not, we'll just take out these bottom fans real quick. Or 2 of the bottom fans. Yeah, I'm just gonna take them out. I don't want to strip these. It's a nice little build. Curdle. How much money can you make per PC by building it? Totally depends on how you do it. I do like a percentage based on the part cost. go. I have access to that bottom hole. Only 100 more miles. Let's go. You got it. What's the time? Like what time is it where I live, or, I mean, I don't know where you are. You're doing it wrong? Who's doing it wrong? Pretty sure I know how to build a PC at this point. This is my 271st PC build. I think I know what I'm doing, believe it or not. Make your way back to Nashville, nice. What up, A? Okay, so we got that. All right, just gotta line those back up. Yeah, it's nice that they included pre-installed fans. It would have been a little bit nicer if they had shifted the motherboard just a little bit higher. So you could have direct access to those bottom bolts on the motherboard. What games am I looking to play? I haven't played anything in a while. This is a customer PC, so I'm not playing anything on this. Okay. Well, that slowed us down a little bit. That's okay. Oops. Lost a couple there. Oops. Okay. Alrighty. That stuff is all in there. You need help with what, Snamix? Yeah, this is going to be used as a streaming PC for Savage. What up, Joker? We got the live mixer from ASRock, it's a B850. We all need help in one way or another. Fair, fair. Okay. It's got all that stuff in there. It's kind of nice. They actually have an RGB and PWM hub here kind of built in. So all those fans are pre-run through there. And then all we got to do is run one of these to the motherboard, which is pretty sweet. Okay. Pull those apart. Get our HD audio going. Yep. It's gonna be a little tight down there. Those fans are not only in the way of these bolts, but they're kind of in the way of plugging stuff in down here. There we go. There's no leverage. There we go, got it. Okay, got that in there. Let's get our USB-C plugged in. Let's see, where's that at? Up a little higher? Well, let's run that up a little higher then. USB-C, boom. Have I ever done a sober stream? What do you mean? Like, are you implying that I'm not sober right now? I'm 100% sober right now, bud. You're learning? What up, stars? Took my computer apart last night to do a deep clean on it. Put it back together and it won't power on. Ooh, that's not good. It could be that you, like, just didn't plug something back in right. I mean, if you're gonna spend the money to get a 9800X 3D and stuff, don't get an ASUS Prime motherboard. Get a better quality motherboard. ASUS Tough, MSI Mag, Tomahawk Wi-Fi, something. I mean, the Prime is like their lowest quality, lowest capability, lowest amount of stuff motherboard. What's this sober thing people are talking about? I mean, I plan on having a drink later. Is the deep cool embargo lifted? I don't know. I haven't seen any news about it. I feel like I check every like 6 months to see if deep cool can be sold in the States again. But I haven't heard anything recently. The last time I checked was like maybe like January or February. Okay, let's get this fan connected in here. So this is all of our pre-installed fans. This is gonna be running off this connector here. Huh? Huh? No? Oh my gosh. These bottom fans are annoying. Is it in there? No. Why am I always one off every time I try and push this in there? There we go. Okay. Done. Pre-installed fans just on the bottom are looking less and less cool. Can't see anything. You guys aren't gonna get to see anything right here because I'm right in front of the camera, but that's okay. Did I get that? No, that's off. Can't see what I'm doing. Not taking that fan back out. I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna get it. Oh, yeah. Got it. Nailed it. Yeah, 850 is plenty for a 5070. Or 5070 Ti. He's got a 5070 Ti. But yeah, 850 is good enough for that. You're good with that. Okay, so got those. That is a freaking mess. Okay, so these guys we're gonna run. These guys are gonna get run over here like this. get a cable tie in there. Okay, so that's in there. Let's get another cable tie in that middle spot. I feel like they could have picked a better spot for this hub. I mean, you know, what do I know? I don't design cases, but it's kind of like right where you run the majority of your cables. Seems like there could be a better spot for that. Really run that in between those? There. Okay, so all that, pretty much gonna run it down like this. Zip tie that off real quick just to keep it into a bundle, but I have to do a little more to that to clean it up afterwards. There's that. Okay. Let's get some, all right, let's put this in there too. This is our little CPU cooler connection here for our fans. Engineers know what I mean. I know, right? We're just weird. I've seen a few people using Deepcool products, but I'm also not sure if they're US or Canadian. Yeah. The 5060 Ti is great, especially if you get the 16 gig, it's totally worth it. What up, Right Tech? X870 Prime is the same thing as the Tough. It's not the same. It doesn't have all the same capabilities as the Tough. The Tough has some better features. The Prime is their lowest end model. Start looking into wireless cameras for Sunday production. Oh, interesting. That would be cool. We should sit down with Troy and figure out what we could use for that. Yeah, I mean, if you're going with like a really budget build, like a Ryzen 5, it makes sense. You can get an Asus Prime, but if you're gonna spend the money, $500-ish on a 9800X 3D and get a 5070 Ti, you should also be spending the money on a good quality motherboard. People just like pretend that every motherboard is exactly the same. Like, oh, I can get a really high-end build and just throw a cheap motherboard in there and it'll be fine. You're like, well, it'll probably be fine, but it's definitely not going to perform as well as if you had a good quality motherboard, you know? All right, CPU power. We are going to need at least one SATA connector. And then I want that PCI connector, motherboard connector. There we go. Pin in on your graphics card. I didn't see you put in your graphics card, Seba. Bottlenecking high-end parts with a cheap motherboard is crazy work. Exactly. And it's like the hardest thing to replace, right? Like that's not the thing that you want to replace later on. If you can get away with replacing something else down the road, anything other than your motherboard, do it. Spend the extra $100 now and get something good. Personally, I think one of the best price to performance for motherboards right now is the X870E, MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi. Like it's like slightly over $300. Super good quality, has all the features you'll want. Has lots of I/O and stuff. It's MSI, so it's good quality overall. That's what I would do. Okay, CPU power cable, nice and cable managed over there. Okay, motherboard power. $1070 Ti. I mean, if it still works, it still works. You know, it doesn't really hold up compared to a lot of modern stuff, but you know, if it's still doing what you're wanting to do, then you know, nothing wrong with that. There we go. I think this thing I'm gonna have to go back up with it and put it there just so that it's not on top of the RGB hub, because we just don't have enough depth on top of that thing. Okay, I do have one more spot there that I can put a cable tie. Yo, Right Tech, thank you. Appreciate the gift, dude. Feeling some heat watching this stream. That's right. It's hot outside, so I gotta dress like it. $5700X combo for $199. That's not bad. I was gonna say, I mean, if you can afford it, definitely try and go AM5, but I mean, you're not gonna be able to get an AM5 motherboard and CPU for $200. Like that's not gonna happen. Okay, got that in there. It's still a hot mess down there, but it'll be fine for now. Get our SATA cable connected here. This is gonna power that hub. Okay. Your truck register 111? Ugh. You had the B60 Wi-Fi motherboard from who? And which model? B650M Gaming Plus. That is like their cheapest one. Like there's the Pro There's one of the pro ones, and then there's the gaming, and those are like the cheapest models. So, you know, it happens. Again, if you're building a nice computer and you're spending the money on it, don't get a cheap motherboard. Working on rooftops all week, your brain's literally fried. Oh, that was the wrong thing. That's for my CPU cooler. These are for my power supply. Yeah, you can do, technically, I mean, you got B650, B850, X670E, X670, X870E. All of those work with AM5. Gigabyte, I don't like Gigabyte motherboards, to be honest. I've had too many problems with them over the years. I know lots of people who like them, but I've had too many issues with them over the years to use them. Is the RX 580 a good VR card? Not in today's world. I mean, I don't do much VR, but from what I understand, it's pretty, it takes a lot on your CPU. Okay, power supply is installed. Can tie that guy down there. Help if I didn't flip this guy around backwards. Okay, so got that. Got that. Got our SATA out of the way there. God, there's just so many of these little fan cables down here. Fold back with the other motherboard cable. There we go. Okay. Pull this apart just to bring those together. That's better. Okay. Okay. That's a little bit more managed down there. Lots and lots of extra fan cable length, but I think we kind of got it sorted. All right. Is this going out this week? It's probably gonna go out tomorrow. Savage is like having some issues with his current stream PC, and so he's going to want this. I mean, he wanted it like the same day if he could get it, so probably gonna get this shipped out right away so that we can get his stream back up and running properly. His current stream PC, which I didn't build, has been having a bunch of issues, so. All right, there we go. Let's get our CPU cooler out here. Head home, great stream so far. Hey, thanks, Danny. We'll see you soon, man. I'm not giving this away, sorry. I don't know who you are. But this is not a giveaway PC. Oh, is he borrowing the BTF PC right now? Oh, dang. Yeah, we like got it figured out, I don't know, last Tuesday or something like that. But being a custom build and stuff, I didn't have all the parts on hand, and I was out of town Thursday through Saturday, so I was like, yeah, it's gonna be early next week, man. It's the earliest I can do it, which is still a faster turnaround time than a lot of people get. So I have 7 fans. And also an AIO with 3 fans would be enough to keep it cool. I mean, 7 fans plus AIO fans is going to keep any system cool, really. So as long as you have an appropriately sized CPU cooler and stuff, you'll be fine. He's already got a capture card. He's got an Elgato capture card in this, or that he's going to put in this, that's sitting in his current system right now. So we didn't supply a capture card. He's gonna take out his old one and put it in here. I think he has like an Elgato 4K capture. Stay. Go back through there. Stop falling back through. Okay, there we go. All right, let's bring that on down. This is the girthiest streamer I've been hearing about. I don't know about that. Girth around the midsection? Maybe. Sure. My capture for all the cameras and stuff, I have a Blackmagic, like a Decklink quad. So it has 4 4K HDMI inputs that I can run to it. So each one of these cameras is it's a mirrorless camera. Well, you can get your own, Eagle. You just let me know. Put in that order, redneckengineer.com/custom build PC. Currently running a memory diagnostic on your PC. It randomly crashes during gameplay. Ooh. That's not good. Boom. All right. Let's figure this stuff out. Plug these fans in here. Come on. There we go. Plug this fan in here. Just like that. Okay. Okay, so these guys we can all zip tie up to that little guy there. Just like that. And our RGB connections. Gonna go something like this. And I think we'll go back through the top here. Yeah. Okay. It's a little tight up there. So these guys, eventually, what I'm gonna do is we'll stick them through here. Like that, and we'll zip tie that tight there. I'll be able to stick this back in here. We'll pull this guy nice and tight, and then that'll all look super clean. But I gotta get the the RGB and stuff for the pump on first. Okay. Where's my thermal paste? At least thermal grease. Spatula. Already got stuff on my fingers from the spatula. It's cool. It's cool. Okay. $350 over there for the Asus Prime model? Ooh. That's crazy. Go. Okay. Put that on there. fingers came out pretty clean on that one. Not too shabby. Plastic off. Oh, look at that. Got it right on there. Come on. Boom. Ooh, bottom came off. Dang it. Apparently I didn't have enough threads on there. Gotta find the friggin' thing now. I need to loosen that up more. Go back and forth a little bit. Now we're on there. That's seated. The GPU in this is going to be a 5060, so this is just a streaming PC, so it doesn't need anything more powerful than that. Okay, got that out of there. Push this guy back through. Put it into the AIO pump header. Like that. And this RGB guy is just gonna go right into that one. Daisy chain style. Okay. I don't like how that one's doing that, but maybe we can zip tight on the front and the back. Just to keep that all together. That looks better. Okay. Okay. Got that. Pull all these together now. Grab some more zip ties because we've got a million of them. This will help keep all those cables tight that are running to the back so they don't move all over the place. Okay, just like that. Okay. that nice and tight. It's gonna look like we're using a lot of zip ties, and we kind of are. I want this to look nice and clean, you know? Okay. That should all stay in place now. Okay, now we just got to put our GPU power in, and we are good to go. All right, so second slot. Spencer, this is the Okanos Aqua 7. Oops. Okay, so we want 2 and 3 out of here. All right, RTX 5060. Anyone, are you the one who called my phone this morning? I didn't call anyone this morning. Where did you buy that? Buy what? I have a Rust turret sitting on the GPU in my PC. Oh, that's cool. PS5 is $580. That's not that much more expensive. Like, isn't the PS5 still like $500 here? I don't really know what it costs here, to be honest. Is it cheaper than that in the US now? It's been out for a while. Maybe the PS5 is cheaper than that now. Pog build, thank you. This will be a great streaming PC for sure, man. Okay. Get all this plastic off here. That is a huge upgrade. I mean, what CPU do you have? Because if you were rocking a 1660 before, and you had a comparable CPU, I would say CPU is probably next, but that's just a hunch. Is streaming not too demanding on your GPU? No. Like, I have a buddy, he was actually in the TikTok stream earlier, but he multi-streams everywhere, 1080p, like 4 or 5 multi-streams, records in a high bit rate, and has a replay buffer, all with a 1650. Like, it does not take that much GPU power to stream. You're on AM4 currently? Oh, I mean, the 5700X 3D is pretty solid, so you probably don't really need to upgrade that then. I mean, you could start saving to upgrade down the road, but is your power supply big enough for the 5070? That would be one concern that I would have personally, not knowing what's in your system. Just gotta snake that through here. go. Got that flipped over. Okay. And there we go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a stream PC. Obviously, he's going to throw a capture card in down here, but he's already got that, so no need for me to put one in. The melting cables. I mean, honestly, just I would get a power supply that has native 12 HV power capability, and make sure everything's fully seated. Like, you want it very well seated, and you'll be fine. There we go. Hey, that's a nice little budget budget PC gumball. Fix your PC, run better than ever. Hey, love to hear that, Paradox. OG Moochie, it's got a Ryzen 7 7700, 48 gigs of RAM, RTX 5060, 3 terabytes of storage. We've got the ASRock Live Mixer B850 motherboard, and then we've got a Thermalright 240mm fan. All right, who's ready to see this bad boy turn on for the first time ever? Put some emojis in the chat. Your favorite emoji in the chat if you're ready to see this thing get turned on. Let's see the post. Hi, babe. Everyone be cool. My wife's in the chat. All right, y'all. First ever power on with the Okanos Aqua 7 case. If I knew where, there's the power button. Here we go. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. And there it is, we got the green light. It posted. A little dust on the GPU, no big deal. Schmexy. One and done, baby, that's right. Build it right, and you don't have to mess with it again, you know? Hey, Meteor, thank you so much for the follow. Double with the follow. Tyler Watkins with the follow. Appreciate you guys. Well, we did it, folks. An hour and 11 minutes, not too shabby. So like I was saying earlier, this is a hot commodity. We got to get this out to to Savage ASAP. So we're gonna turn this thing off, and I'm gonna get straight to putting Windows and stuff on it, getting it all updated and ready to go, because he needs this yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean he wanted it last week, but I couldn't do it last week. Diddy's behind you? No, there's no room for anybody behind me. The wall's right there. A lot better than the 5-part short series you made about mine. Hey, but we fixed it. That's what matters. You have a 3060 12 gig and a 2070 8 gigabyte. Is it worth swapping? The 2070, I'm pretty sure outperforms the 3060, so I would keep it. Would you rather watch a tree grow or a knee grow? All right, that's all the time we have for tonight. People are gonna be ridiculous like that. Bruh. Too gullible. Have a good night, everybody. We're just gonna cut that one out of the video at the end. Goodbye. Y'all can't be trusted.